Yo, what's going on? I'm going to be showing you guys how you can make better Nitro type thumbnails. So what I would normally start off with is I would go somewhere to like here. I would take a screenshot using the snippet tool, which already comes pre-installed with Windows computer. I'd press new, and you can take a picture of whatever Nitro type you want. So I'm just going to use the shot background for this. And once I screenshot that, I can go ahead and you feel me? I can go ahead and zoom it in, and you feel me? So now, once I have it zoomed in, what I normally do is I'm going to add a motion blur. This comes pre-installed with Paint.net. Of course, I'm going to be leaving all the links in the description. Motion blur, and you should be able to do this on any regular Windows computer. And yeah, as you can see, the motion blur is here. Obviously, you can have it decentered, and you can have it like come from a different angle, which I think is pretty cool, especially if you're trying to direct the focus over to this side. That would be pretty cool, but instead I'm gonna just go centered, and it doesn't matter what you do for any of these, as long as you don't do transparent, just do whatever. Normally mirror or clamp, it's whatever, and just press OK. Normally what I like to do is I like to keep the distance to 30, and the 30 ranges, because too low, it's nothing. You know, you can do it right here, or 20 to 30 is normally what I would like to do. Obviously, I can make a new layer using the new layer button. Here's how it works. You can do a new layer. This is how you can delete a layer. You can duplicate a layer with this button. And if you duplicate a layer, you can merge the layer down with that button. No, you can also use this button to move down or up layers. So I'm going to create a new layer. Now what this does is it creates, see, because if I put text here, so let's just put Among Us. Let's just put Among Us right there. If I move this layer down, it's not going to show. This is pretty much basic stuff. So what I would do is I would put my text that I want to do in the video. So I just do how to. And obviously the font that I'm using is also going to be linked in the description if you want to see this font. How to make good NT. And of course, if you need more room, then I would obviously just, zoom down the font. Obviously, it doesn't look like this font is going to fit. And of course, you got to keep in mind that right here is a no-no zone for text, because it is going to, the timestamp is going to be right there. So what I would do is let's make this text smaller so we can fit more words. So 108. How? Oh my gosh. Okay, Nope. Okay. So you use this tools feature, and what you're going to do is you're going to press the T, and right here, normally, what you would have is you would have normally Arial selected, but obviously if you do how to with this, it's obviously going to look very basic. So what I would do is I would install a bold font, or if you don't want to install any font, I would use some of the basic fonts that come with this, which like this one, and obviously that looks pretty good for a basic font, but obviously I'm going to use the font that I normally use, which is Mont right here. As you can see, there's not that much of a difference, but it just looks more cleaner and professional. How to make NT, how to make good NT. And then obviously thumbnails. That's going to be my thumbnail. How to make good Nitro type thumbnails. Obviously the whole word thumbnails, that's going to be very long, so I might shrink this text so that it can appear normal with the rest of them. So I would shrink it to like 80 or something like that. I feel like 93 should be good. 91, that's pretty good. Anyways, so now that I have that out of the way, what I normally do is I'd like to position my text horizontally, and obviously if you need to move any text, obviously I would go ahead and move that. Obviously, if you like, obviously having everything centered obviously makes it look more professional, because how to make good Nitro type thumbnails, have it all professional and centered. And now the extension that I'm about to use is going to be linked, but of course, If you want a way to do it without the extension, I'm going to be showing you that later on in the video. So normally I would press effects, object, and drop shadow. This just makes things extremely easy for working. I would normally go about 10, depending on the text size. It might need more, it might need less. So 10, as long as it looks okay, like this. And obviously to the left, I'm going to put something attention grabbing. So normally what I would do is I would just search up the Winter Wanderer Nitro type. And obviously you're going to have the Winter Wanderer, so you're going to copy this image. This is normally what I use for my thumbnails, because it's the car that I use, but normally you can put whatever car that you use. Obviously I have this car in my profile, so obviously, and then this already comes with the drop shadow, but if you want to make it better, I would turn up the blur and turn down the widening, so maybe like that. As you can see, it just makes it pop out a bit more. Or you could use white glow, or whatever works best for you. And now to the method where you don't use it. So I'm going to be creating a new document for this, and I'm going to be using the same image. I'm going to be using the same image with the same motion blur, and obviously I'm going to create text, sussy, and then obviously you can duplicate this and then go to adjustments and go to curves and make this go all the way down. You want both of them to be all the way down. Of course, you can see if it goes up like this. If it's normal, then like it's gonna be white. But really, you just gotta move it down so it's all black. So yeah, there you go. And then what you're gonna want to do is, instead of having a motion blur, add a Gaussian blur with wait, this isn't modified. That's not the normal one you receive. Maybe it is. Maybe they updated it, but so we do radius of like 4, and then duplicate the layer twice and go down twice, and then keep on repeating. Repeat that about, then repeat that again. And obviously, now that you drag the layer down, as you can see, there is a natural drop shadow with it. And you can obviously scale this to any size of your liking. Of course, the more that you scale it, the more that it's going to be. As you can see, it keeps the same ratio. As you scale it up, it starts to become bigger. If you scale it down, you can barely see it. So that's why text size matters whenever you're doing the drop shadow. And that's as well another way you can do it without a plugin. However, I highly suggest the plugin as it makes it way easier on your hands, and also it makes it way more adjustable and accessible. And yeah. And if you want to know how I can get the 3D text that I sometimes have in my videos, that's also another plugin, and it is called a TR's Monolithic. This is going to be linked in the description. If you want to use this, you can just select any font and then do whatever, but make sure these 3 are all black. And yeah, as you can see, just obviously do the drop shadow. You feel me? And obviously that trick still works. Nitro type bots. So yeah. Honestly, that would be a good thumbnail for real. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video and you learned something, then leave a like and subscribe for real.